day 84 of poetry, and we have whimsy and wonder in store, and the sun is setting quickly, so I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what this dress actually looks like, and then we're going to cover it up with this sweater because it is so cold. I've got this weird 80s hairdo going on, but I might take it out and just like flop my head around because it's just feeling restrictive. But look at this incredible, I want to say this is a blue-footed booby, and I just realized I lost a feather from it, but it's very special to me. My father gave it to me. It's like inlaid, and this is one of my several, wish I had more, but one of my 3 gunny sacks dresses. And oh, we gotta like do the back too. Look at that whimsical wonder. So as I've said before, I don't really know what I have in store for myself when I indulge in these daily poetry things. I often wing it. Wake up. Like yesterday, if you watched yesterday's, it was just led by laying around in total despair and then getting some messages, some vibrations from friends who really, really care and were there and showed up and fed me love that I needed. And so I heeded their call of love and made a poem about it, and so on and so forth. I just get pulled in different directions. What happened that day? What sort of person am I feeling like? Am I feeling goth? Am I feeling like a princess? Am I feeling like I want to talk about Barbie? Or the antithesis of Barbie? Or throw some shrimp on the bobby? I don't know. Anyway, this sweater is from Ireland, I'll have you know as well. What was the label on it again? Oh, it's so chilly. It's from Blarney. It's from Blarney, it is. Blarney. Really feels quite nice. Feels like the thing to have with this dress. But today I found out with the rest of the world, because I think sometimes things happen and then the information gets out a little later. But the so famous, so glamorous, so lovely Jessica McClintock, learn to talk, Teal. Jessica McClintock passed away at the beautiful age of 90. Wow, what a life. On February 16th, I guess, at her home in San Francisco. And she lived in Francis Ford Coppola's old house. How cool is that? Wow. Very interesting. I always was drawn to Gunny Sacks dresses. And I'm going to say, for the record, hashtag, this is not in support of cottagecore. I don't like labeling. I don't like all this, everything is a trend, everything is trending, everything is a fad. Hop on it. I'm not into that. I am drawn to what I am drawn to. I have carved my path of fashion, passion, film, fun, indulgences long before the internet got to me, okay? I was into the gunny sack movement. I mean, this dress has pockets, for goodness sake. And so Jessica McClintock helped to finance and became a partner of Gunny Sacks, and then sort of took it over. And Hillary Rodham Clinton wore a Gunny Sacks dress for her wedding to old Sax Man Bill, the Sax Man. And I just usually hate scrolling, and I'm mad at my thumb, and I'm mad at myself for the addiction. But sometimes in the art of scrolling, or the addiction of scrolling, I find things I'm actually intrigued by or care about, and sometimes it even leads me to hook my poetry spout and spout it out. Ooh, I'm untying myself. How naughty. How very not like a proper prairie girl of me. But I just love it. I love the aesthetic. It's like Renaissance Fair meets Princess meets Prairie Girl meets Sound of Music meets Swiss Chalet, meets Fairy Princess at Play, meets just all those whimsical things that us girls can't help but be pulled to sometimes, unless we're just too hardcore for that, and that's cool too, because I went through those phases as well. But I just was kind of moved by that. I remember buying my first Gunny Sacks dress, I think, when I was 17. And then that one ended up ripping. I bought one for my best friend in Hollywood that is, just, you want to put your mouth on it, you know? You just want to put your mouth on it. It's like maroon and ooh. This one I have worn to many special events. It makes me feel like I'm in a field without fences, chasing whippoorwills and the still of dawn and sunset, which I wish it was like, I wish you could see the purples and the amethysts and the pageantry just out west of me. It's a little hard to capture. It all just kind of looks like whitish gray on here, but when I look at it with my human eyes beholding it, it's so lilac-y. It's so lilac-y and lovely. So it's kind of the perfect time. It's just very cold. And I was having a hard time deciding which Gunny Sacks dress to bust out, but look at this one. It has precious little bluebirds on it, and the famous poof princess sleeve. Oh yes. The ones that were cinched at the elbow were called Lego mutton. I mentioned that in my poem. But I've just always been fascinated by these. And she kept it affordable. And she was like, I'm a hippie and I'm making this work. And she made it worth millions. And even into her elderly years, she just had the kindest, most sincere eyes and smile. She made this perfume that was designed after like her grandmother's favorite flowers. These are my grandmother's pearls, Grandma Mimi's pearls. It's just poetry. That's all poetry, you know? And she stood for something, and she was an environmentalist, and she cared about things. And her mansion, oh baby, look it up. It is like, it is like Strum the Harp good. I mean, it's good. You gotta check it out. So Jessica McClintock's mansion. Check it. This peachy number. Ooh, the majesty of it. Just, my goodness, got a little tree on it. But that's the thing, these dresses were built to withstand having a little tree on them. Even the label, even the tag is like a poem. It's a story. It's a beautiful embroidered thing in your home, in a frame. It's tangible, it's real, it's beautiful. I wish that I didn't have a label like cottagecore, because it makes me feel like everything is a like Instagram model. I don't know. It makes me feel weird and uncomfortable that everything is a thing that has to be homogenized and modified and blah, 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 blah. Gonna go back to my whimsy now, because whatever, I just like to exist in the world and find the things that I like and not have them be so gosh dang trendy, but that's okay. I get why things trend and such. But look at the neckline on that. I mean, holy jumpin' Jiminy Heidi braids skipping down a mountainside with milk. That is beautiful. And this one has a similar technique. And I'm sort of sad now that I didn't buy several Gunny Sacks that have come across my path, because now I know they're gonna like increase in value, and it's when someone who is very brilliant and influential passes, then it becomes this highly sought out thing. That's just how things work. That's okay. And I wanted you to see the like, oh, it's right behind this. I wanted you to enjoy the like, the whimsy of that fence and the barn in the background, and how it all fits together. It just works, you know? My backyard just works for this story that I'm trying to bring you, this poem, this whole feeling. So, it's getting cold. I'm gonna be real honest about that. This one doesn't fit me quite as well as it did when I was like having my gallbladder fail me and weighed nothing and was quite waifish. Fit me a little better then, but I'm glad to have the extra a little bit of cushion. My body could use a little more cushion. Oh yes, and then I have to show you this because I was looking for these gunny sacks, couldn't find one of them. In the hunt for the gunny sacks, I came across this, which is holding all my other special dresses, and I didn't even know I had this. It's just weird. So it's a little noisy. Don't mind the noisiness of it. But this is a garment bag that's been falling apart probably since the early 2000s. And I've held it together with these things because it's the perfect length and you can never find super long ones. And it was a Jessica McClintock dress. And I just think that's nuts. Because, oh heavens. We've got a lot of tree in here. Got some excessive tree shedding going on here, folks. Sorry. There's just a lot of precious garments in here. I'm gonna just okay, I'll put it back. There we are then. I swear I've got a bite or something. Allow me to be vulgar and not at all princess-like for just a moment. Had a slight thigh itch. Forgive me. Can't be the essence of ladylikeness at all times. But yeah, this one just came to me. I don't know. It's fun when I don't know what I'm gonna do for the day, and then I just let my mind play and run free, and I scroll, or I talk to friends, or I take a stroll, and I find things that inspire me. That's what poetry is. That's all it is. So yeah, I'm trying to get these in the background. Maybe I just need to zoom in on myself a bit so that we can be with the dresses. I like that. I don't mind that. It is still kind of hard to read though, but it's okay. We'll just be a part of it. We're just a part of it. Okay, so this one is for Jessica McClintock. What a great lady. Rest in peace. I love her aesthetic. I love her story. I love people who keep going for their vision. That was an inspiring thing for me today. So that's what I brought you. So without further ado, I call this one on day 84, Beneath heather-hued skies, her brave and truthful eyes, a frock to wear with pride. In my gunny sacks dresses, I feel like I have the tresses of Rapunzel, but humble in a cabin, not up in a castle spire. No bowing, no yes, sire. No holding my head down, no crown of rule to adhere to, just a clear view of a meadow and a sprawl of little quaint stone homes, like perhaps Geppetto and Pinocchio still live there. The air is sweet with tulips and baby's breath. The people who are too cool all left, and the ones who remain are those who still dance to the sound of rain as it pours and can watch a single flower in awe for an hour or more. The allure of simplicity, the authenticity of a dress that doesn't cost you a paycheck. My neck is elongated with a sense of inner beauty. I stand taller and more astutely. I am absolutely a prairie vision. No emails to respond to, no pressing adult decisions. My gunny sacks have made me a wife in a music video, a poetess of life seeking new views from new windows, a maiden in a field with fawns and does, a wild, wild rose, a girl unburdened with her toes woven firmly into the grass, a butterfly chasing lass, and a lover of the past. I clasp only my most beautiful treasured necklaces to go with these pieces. The cloth of them never fades or creases. I put one on and the noisy stuff ceases to bother me so much. I feel more light and breezy, even if it's just a touch so. It sounds cliche, but I can feel that beaming they describe as a glow. Things slow down just ever so slightly, and my steps seem to glide just a bit more lightly. I'm held in tightly, but in a comforting way. It's a fashion hug that seems to contain sun rays. I find myself doing a little sway instead of just standing. The creation of it was, of course, branding, but with heart instead of artifice. It's an attainable embodiment of that fairy tale wish, come get a kiss look. They didn't create this empire by the book. They slid in an anti-establishment nod, but made femininity the hook. Feels so whimsical to hook those lace-surrounded eyelets, slip into those leg of mutton sleeves and just make believe for a spell. When you see another gunny sacks gal, you can just kinda tell she gets it. And perhaps we can all sit in a big wildflower field one day and shine a ray of gratitude up to Jessica's soul. She took rolling hills and feminine strength and made them into dresses that were not the popular length of the times. She created a world literally of her own design, and in kind, we get to spin still and say to heck with the straight line or the popular path. It's a stash of perfect skipping rocks in velvety pockets. It's clips of hair in golden lockets. It's garden strolling for simple flowers worship. It's garden strolling for simple flower worship's sake. It's a winding path of greenery and mystery just waiting for you to take it. It's fairy lanterns that won't be seen until they are lit. Even the way you sit in a gunny sacks is different somehow, more elegant, more expressive, an inexpensive luxury that feels like more than just a garment. Suddenly, you're a woodland magic princess incarnate. If there's a tiny rip, you lovingly darn it. The fabric breathes. The lace whispers to you to skip through the fallen leaves. A dress for a free spirit who believes in the possibility that love is greater than greed, that it can impede the will to spin, that greed can't impede the will to spin beneath the noonday sun, or run after her as she sets in the west, or beam your womanly wonder despite the many tests set out to dull it. So spark up the fire pit, sit on a woven blanket, and toast to Miss McClintock. To being bold with your ideas, to making that male-run, male-constructed boat rock, to docking that old boat and setting sail on a new one, run by babes in lace, facing the possibilities spread majestically upon the horizon. But make it fashion and make it fun. She was one of the lucky ones. She passed quietly at home at the age of 90. Lady, what a run. Drape pearls from the clouds, baby. Thanks for keeping frolicking hippies and dreamers in the spotlight. Your soft grass, sass and class, hammock sway, blue day beauty movement won't fade. And then I ended with a quote from Jessica McClintock. She said, I believe romance is beauty that touches the emotional part of our being. Every woman wants to be romantic at some point. The hard edges will always be there because, let's face it, women are living in a world where they have to keep up with men. So I design for memories, for dreams, the softness of life. The softness of life. I needed that. I needed some of that. I really needed some softness of life today. So that's my poem. It's a shorter one today. And it's okay because it's getting really cold. And ooh, this juniper bush came down. I feel like I have to show you some of these beautiful, whimsical juniper berries. Whew. Bear with me. Bear with me. Yeah, this whole sucker came down. I'm sad. I just now noticed that, but got a harvest. Got a bounty. Wearing this dress made me notice the bounty of it all. That's kind of how it feels. That's how these dresses feel. So thanks for being with me. Just feels like it's a lovely thing. It's a lovely thing to celebrate her life. Just want you to kind of like be with me for a minute. Yeah. In this like gorgeousness. Are the horses around? Nope, no horses to show you. Another day. We'll be with them another day. But yeah, I just wanted you to be in my little whimsical wonder. My little whimsical wonderland. May I have this dance? Yeah, it's princessy. It's princessy as can be. So, wish that rhymed with 3, but it doesn't. Princessy as can be, and tomorrow there'll be so much more. Now that's an easy one. More is easy. No, I'm in more. I'm in 4. I'm in 84. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we'll just slide into 85. There we go. There we go. We'll keep it simple. It's been a complex couple of days, so it's okay to simplify sometimes and just slip into a party dress and make some tea. Yeah, I love women who keep the symbology alive when people are like, no, what's hot right now is like shiny iridescent fabrics. And she was like, that's okay. I'm going to do this prairie frock thing and you can just join it or not. And I think that part of wonder is always going to be there. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. Oh my goodness, almost forgot. I'm wearing my mother's boots that she got married in. One of these days I'll have to ask her if I can wear her wedding dress because it's very mystical. It'll have to be for something quite sacred. But yeah, these shoes are really something, and that's what I love about Jessica McClintock's style is it allows you to mix like the princess and the prairie and the sacred and the ancient and the modern and dripping with pearls and the lacy and the racy and all of it. It's just it's innocent and it's seductive. It's traipsing through the flowers and it's making a scene in the city. It's all that. I love all the quacks and chirps and hoots and hollers you get out here in the country. Thanks for being with me on day 84. Thanks for just taking the journey with me in general. Look at all these downed trees we gotta deal with. Oh my goodness. Oh, wait, did I pass them? There they are. Whoa! It's pretty crazy. But yeah, I really enjoyed reading about Jessica and her accomplishments today, and what a beautiful thing. What a lucky, lucky thing to make 90 years of impact and go quietly at home. You don't hear a lot of stories like that anymore. There's so much intensity and scary things, but that was beautiful to me. I don't know, it just spoke to my little fairy tale heart. So, see you tomorrow, and go enjoy whatever view you're working with. Go find some heather-hued skies. That's why I was saying I wished you could see the true color of what's behind me, because I wrote that by just looking out the window. So, yeah, whatever color your sky is, go gaze at it in wonder, and make a little picnic, wear a party dress. Everyone. Bless you.